Israel's ground troops and Air Force continue to launch major strikes against Hezbollah. Their goal is to wipe out the terror group's presence in southern Lebanon.
At the same time, Israel's preparing to retaliate against Iran for the massive missile strike this week. One possibility, attacking Iran's oil facilities. Paul Strand brings us the story from Jerusalem.
Israeli jets are keeping up their strikes on Hezbollah in Beirut and its suburbs. One target was the terrorist group's intelligence headquarters, and one strike was meant to hit their reported new top leader as he met with other Hezbollah officers who have not already been taken out by other attacks. IDF troops in southern Lebanon are taking a heavy toll on Hezbollah fighters. The IDF estimates some 100 have been killed over the course of the last day. One of those was the Hezbollah officer responsible for the rocket attack that killed 12 children on a soccer field in the Druze community of Majd al-Shams this July. The IDF's main spokesman says Israeli troops are determined to wipe out Hezbollah's presence and extensive infrastructure located so close to Israel.
As part of our efforts to make sure that the residents of northern Israel can return to their home in safety and security without the threat of Hezbollah on their doorstep.
And Israel launched an airstrike in the West Bank aimed at the local Hamas leader. Palestinians say the bombing killed at least 18 people and injured many others. Hamas's popularity has surged in this region, right inside Israel's borders. Meanwhile, U.S. officials are working to get Israel to show restraint when it retaliates for Iran's massive assault with 180 missiles this week. President Biden admits the two allies are talking about Israel hitting Iran's oil facilities. Rumors of that have already sent oil prices higher as energy analysts worry aloud.
Looking at where the prices will go, definitely it depends on where the destruction would be and how much oil is going to be taken off the market.
A top official in the European Union is more worried about Israel attacking Iran's nuclear facilities. He insists the Jewish nation not launch such strikes, warning no one knows what kind of radioactive dangers could be unleashed blowing up such facilities.
These attacks are extremely dangerous and have a serious potential to create consequences on an incalculable scale.
10 members of the UN Security Council are going further, demanding all sides in this conflict stop the fighting now.
We condemn the current cycle of violence and call for an immediate end to all hostilities.
But the violence does go on. Yemen's Houthis keep blowing up ships that might have anything to do with Israel, like this British oil tanker attacked in the Red Sea Thursday. And Iran just released new video of what it says were its rockets roaring off to hit Israel this past Tuesday. It's a way to remind the Jewish nation Iran has hit it with massive missile barrages twice now and can certainly do it again. Paul Strand, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Just the missile barrages didn't land. Israel was able to defend itself and intercept every single one. I will remind the UN that you're at fault here. Back in 2006, Israel controlled southern Lebanon and did so for the purpose of making sure Hezbollah couldn't launch any more attacks against its sovereignty. And you failed at that. The UN has completely failed at that. There was supposed to be a weapons-free zone of southern Lebanon that UN troops were to enforce. It's quite clear they have completely failed at that. They've allowed these rocket launchers to be installed, these tunnels to be installed, for terror troops to be entrenched within the hills of southern Lebanon. And it all happened on their watch. Now, what nation is going to allow rockets to rain down on their civilians and not retaliate? It's absolutely absurd for the international community to condemn Israel in this and call for immediate ceasefires, and all of that be directed at Israel, and none of it directed at the controllers, whether it's Iran or Hezbollah or Hamas. They're all puppet states, or what the Houthis are doing. And can our State Department finally declare that they're a terrorist group? Under the Trump administration, that declaration was clear. Houthis are a terrorist group. Under the Biden administration, they removed that designation supposedly for humanitarian reasons. But here they are firing on international shipping. They're firing on U.S. Navy ships. Why in the world can we at least get the State Department to cooperate with our own Navy and protect our sailors? We need to enforce sanctions, embargoes. All of these things need to be brought to bear. But most importantly, we need to send a very clear message to all of the terror groups and to Iran. We stand with Israel.
What makes Israel so special? How has Israel overcome history's greatest challenges to not just survive, but thrive? CBN Films answers all of these questions in the new movie, The Genius of Israel. This movie explores Israel's journey through adversity, unity, and innovation. If you want to check out more, go to the link in the description to stream the film today.